Today is Monday, February 7th, 2022. We start with the invocation. Do we have anyone here from First Christian Reformed Church? Seeing none, if you would, please stand to pray with me. Heavenly Father, as we assemble here tonight, we're blessed to be meeting together. We ask for your guidance and blessing on our state and national leaders. Please bless them with a spirit of grace and cooperation as they work through many challenges. Tonight we're here to do city business. There's bills to pay, hearings to schedule, ordinance changes to consider, and other decisions to be made for the long-term future of our city. So we ask that you look down on those who have felt you're called to be in attendance. For the council members and staff, please bless us with quiet and considerate attitudes, well thought out deliberations, and ultimately decisions that are best for all concerned. Please bless those in the audience and watching the broadcasts, the leaders of businesses and organizations who have the vision and commitment to help the city, the countless volunteers who are motivated to help, and informed citizens who have given us the privilege of their trust and support. Tonight we assemble to combine the talents that you have given us for the benefit of Oskaloosa. May the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight. Amen.
Amen.
Will you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Allman?
Here.
Burnett?
Here.
Caligiuri?
Here.
Comfort?
Here.
Drost?
Here.
Hermson?
Here.
Ocean?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. First thing we have on the list of things to do tonight is the opportunity for community comments. This item is reserved to receive comments from the community for concerns whether or not they're included on the current agenda. The community is encouraged to speak before the mayor and city council, asked to keep statements brief, time limited to no more than 3 minutes. Any questions are to be asked of the city staff, council members, or the mayor prior to speaking to the full council. So that way concerns can be properly researched and answered away from the meeting. Comments are to be directed to the mayor and council only. Is there anyone who would like to speak tonight? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. First item is the adoption of the consent agenda as presented. There are a number of items that are considered routine in nature. I would point out that to the council, item L is a resolution scheduling a public hearing for a rezoning of property located at 717 through 723 High Avenue West. Item N is a resolution setting the date for a public hearing on the specifications and authorizing advertisement of bids for the Edmondson Park Playground Equipment Project. And item O, which is a resolution setting the time and place to conduct a public hearing on the City of Oskaloosa maximum property tax dollars for fiscal year 2023. Do we have a motion of support for the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hermson?
Yes.
Ocean?
Yes.
Allman?
Yes.
Burnett?
Yes.
Caligiuri?
Yes.
Comfort?
Yes.
Drost?
Yes. Okay, that passes. Next is the announcement of vacancies we have on various boards and commissions. First is the Airport Commission. We have a vacancy for a term ending in December of 2027. The Board of Adjustment has a vacancy for a term ending in December of 2026. The Building Code Board of Appeals, we have one vacancy for a regular member and one for an ex officio member. The Civic Service Commission, we have one vacancy for a term beginning on April of 2022. Historic Preservation Commission, we have two vacancies, one for a term ending December 2022, another one ending December of 2023. And finally, the Municipal Housing Agency, we have two vacancies for terms that are ending February 2023 and three vacancies for terms that begin on March of 2022. Getting into our regular agenda, first item up is a report from the Mahaska Community Recreation Foundation. It's their annual report. Sherry, would you like the podium?
Sure. I see a lot of new faces. Welcome to the council. Thank you for your service. Does everybody have their report?
Yep.
Yes?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So lots going on. If you look on the front, I'll just briefly look at the pictures. You can read the comments. We've got everything there. But we had a regular season. Fall ball had 95 teams this year. It was insane. Over 4 weeks, we played 320 games. So that was busy. Trail trams are still going strong. We have new art. We have a mural now of the mammoth out there, so that's kind of fun. Flag football had the first time ever a state tournament for 7-on-7 football, so we're still growing, guys. We're having new things all the time. We had soccer finished up their season this fall. We had USSSA tournaments. We did not have full tournaments come back this year. We had a couple that were still nervous in 21. We think we'll see them in 22. So numbers were slightly off. Then the parade, we had fun at the parade, but there's one project that we're working on, you guys, I'll share real quickly. It's economic impact, and it's a collaboration with William Penn, us, and Musco, and we're finding out what people are actually spending all over town when they come into town. It has been fascinating to see what's coming into town because of the tournaments. We have just expanded that, and we invited the chamber in, and we did the economic impact on the parade. $100 grand coming into town just from all the people coming in. So it's really fun to see. We always knew it was bringing in a lot of stuff. We had no idea how much it was bringing in. So I've been really excited with that. We can share those numbers with you pretty soon in the preliminary stages, but it's been fun. It's been fun finding out. All right, if you open it up, you can see our financial report. You know, about the same. We had $1,225,000 in income, and we spent almost to that. Our development is half of it, and we are still working on the solar walkway this year. New baseball fields are going in, 3 more, softball and baseball, so those will be finished in the fall. Yay! Which means our tournaments will be even bigger. That's what's happening. We ran out of weekends. So now instead of 50 teams, they're bringing 100 teams. That's what's happening. Wow. So we're still growing that way. And then we've been doing trail improvements. If you guys haven't seen, we fixed a lot of the trail. All the priorities are in line to be continued in the spring. So there's been some, we have board members that help out a lot with that. We also had one board member, Carl, who made a nature trail this year that's going to connect to our trail. So that's new out of Lacey. So if you look on the other side, we always list our donors. Thank you to the city. We still get those. That's what your hotel motel tax is going for. And then volunteers, we had 10,000 hours this year. That's actually, again, lower than last year because we had some people not do all of their programs last year. But the 10,000 adds up, according to the state value, $253,000 in volunteer. On the back, participation. And here's where I said a couple of things didn't come, but we still had 48,000 players. That is definitely recounted, and we had 75,000 spectators. That has been as high as 90, so a little bit lower. And then tours given in the trams, we still served over 1,000 people. We had how many states this year? 11 states tried our trail tram tours. If you look at the very bottom, what are we doing now? We are going to complete the new fields this year and continue with the solar system walkway and continue with the YMCA. That's still being built, so yay. But changes out there, guys. I tell you, every time you go out there, there's more changes, so come see us. Okay? Any questions?
Very good.
All right.
Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry. Okay, moving on to item B. This is to consider a resolution approving the reissuance of general obligation local option sales tax bond, Series 2020 of the City of Oskaloosa, Iowa, authorizing the execution and delivery of the documents. And so, let's see here, make sure I've got. The City Council approved action at the November 15, 2021 meeting to reissue the $10,180,000 of general obligation local option sales tax bonds from Series 2020 that were outstanding. They were originally issued to pay the costs of the construction, improvement, and equipping of an early childhood education and recreation facility located at 1521 Green Street, owned by the city, utilized by the city and the Oskaloosa Community School District, and operated by the Mahaska County YMCA, which is a 501c3 organization. The City of Oskaloosa and Mahaska County YMCA have entered into an operating agreement, and it's for the operation of the Early Childhood Education and Rec Center and it's deemed necessary and advisable that the city of Oskaloosa, state of Iowa, take remedial action to preserve the tax-exempt status of the bonds. The city intends to remediate the change in use and allow management of the project by the YMCA by satisfying all tax requirements applicable to the qualified 501c3 bonds and treating the bonds as reissued for certain federal income tax purposes. Staff is recommending approval. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Ocean,
Yes.
Almond,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Hermson,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Getting to item C. This is consider an ordinance amending the City of Oskaloosa's Municipal Code, Chapter 2.72, having to do with the Library Board of Trustees. It is the second reading. And so, by recommendation of the State of Library of Iowa, the Library Board of Trustees and the City Attorney have reviewed Chapter 2.72 on behalf of the library. An overview of the changes, other than some minor verbiage revisions and updates. Section 2.72030 increases the allowed number of Mahaska County residents to be appointed by the mayor from 2 up to 3. Section 2.72070 reduces the number of allowed absences of trustees from consecutive meetings from 6 down to 3. And Section 2.72090, having to do with the powers and duties, it removes the city treasurer as the board treasurer. In regard to hiring of personnel, it removes the section regarding assistants and employee compensation, and so they'll be paid by city scale. And it also indicates that the library director and part-time employee compensation, while fixed and approved by the board majority, is subject to the approved annual budget of the library. As far as removal of personnel, indicates that the library director by vote can be removed for any reason. And the County Historical Association removes that section because the library hasn't housed the Mahaska County Historical Archives for many years. And finally, Section 2.72.100, as far as contracting with other libraries, as far as termination, it indicates that a termination requires 90 days written request for termination of library services. Again, this is the second reading. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Almond,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Hermson,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. This gets us to the end of the regular agenda. Items from city staffs. Amy, anything from the city manager, city clerk?
no sir, thank you.
Okay. David, anything from the city attorney?
Nothing, thank you.
Okay. And so as far as city council members, any information you would like to relay on behalf of the council? Steve, how about you?
Just the lost conversation. So I see at the State House now, there's a conversation, evidently several years ago, there was a bill passed to treat the water quality issues in Iowa, but they didn't provide a funding mechanism. So one of the proposals being floated right now is they remove the lost option sales tax from the local control and leave it at the state control to fund that. My understanding is then that would be very difficult to fund like a rec center or a school or I believe the county used their money for the conservation center, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I would challenge you to talk to your local representatives, whether you agree or disagree, to find out more about that, but that's certainly the conversation going on right now. So our community would look a lot different if we didn't have those dollars to do something with locally. So anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. Ron?
No, thank
Okay. Bob?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. Taylor?
Thank you.
Charlie? Joe? Lisa? Okay. Yeah, and I would ditto what Steve is saying as well, that the law enforcement center also was something that was done with local option sales taxes, where we as a people in the local area decided what to do with our own local taxes, and you're right, Oskaloosa would look much different if we had to go on bended knee to the state. We hopefully will have that opportunity at Eggs and Issues next month.
Yeah.
And speaking of Eggs and Issues, there is that coming up on this coming Saturday. The focus will be on education, where there will be representatives of the Indian Hills Community College and also William Penn there. And so that starts at 8:30 this Saturday at Smoky Row. So with that, then I believe we also have a closed session to consider going into. Do we have a motion of support to consider holding a closed session under Iowa Code Section 21.5.1.c to discuss strategy with legal counsel on a matter presently in litigation or in which litigation is imminent, where disclosure would likely prejudice or disadvantage the city's position? And I'm trying to remember, Dave, is there some additional verbiage that needs to be read out on that?
There is some special language. Let me see if you've touched on that already.
Let's see here.
Find it.
Kind of in that explanation
Okay, I
Yeah,
bet I
think
can
that
get to
may
it then.
with statement.
I think that's correct. I think the only additional thing you need to announce on that, obviously, is that as counsel, I will be here, and then also Maria, whose last name I'm drawing a blank. Brownell.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. With that, do we have a motion to go into support or into closed session?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Drost,
Yes.
Carson,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Almond,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. So we'll go into closed session at this time and dismiss the audience. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Microphone's back on. Okay. We are back into open session. We have had a discussion regarding the pool that has been worked on for many months now, and we are finding the work to be less than what we expected. So do we have a motion for our legal folks to file a notice of intent to declare a contractor default to both Graphite and also to the bonding company?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
That's specific to the natatorium.
Specific to the natatorium area of the construction site. Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Comfort,
Yes.
Drost,
Yes.
Carson,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Almond,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
That passes. Okay. Nothing else to discuss tonight. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.